evening. This evening's short concert marks both the end of an era with the retirement of the University Chaplain Stuart MacQuarrie, but also the opportunities that each new day brings in a reimagining of Sheena Phillip's arrangement of Aurora Rutilat by Alison Eales. Hello everybody, it's lovely to see you all again. As you know, Stuart, our chaplain, retired on Thursday, and we've recorded this video of A Fond Kiss remotely for him as a tribute and to say thank you for all his support and encouragement. So we just wanted to say a huge thank you from everybody in Chapel Choir and to say we'll see you very soon, and bye bye.
A fond kiss and then we sever.
Even will our loves forever deepen out from tears of pity.
Warring sighs and groans I'll wait you. Had we never loved so kindly,
Had we never loved so blindly, never met or never parted,
we had never been broken hearted. Fare thee well, thou first and fairest,
fare thee well, thou best and dearest. I believe the joy and pleasure, peace, enjoyment, love and pleasure. A fond kiss and then we sever. A farewell our last forever. Deep in heart and tears of plenty, warring sighs and groans I'll raise these.
We're joined now by Sheena Phillips and Alison Eales, who are going to talk to us about the next piece. So this is a piece called Aurora Rutilat, which I'll ask Sheena to tell us about in a minute, which is an arrangement that she did for SATB Choir that Alison has reimagined. So Sheena, if we start with you, can you tell us a little bit about this piece and why you decided to arrange it?
Yeah, at the time, this was in the 1990s, it seems a long time ago, I was directing Revd Company of Singers in Edinburgh and beginning to write things for choir. And I was looking for Scottish material and had heard about the Inchcolm Antiphona, which was a collection of manuscripts found on the Isle of Inchcolm. And I think, I'm not sure about this, but it might be the only Scottish collection of plain chant. I don't know whether there was any plain chant on Iona. That I just don't know. Sorry, but anyway, this was being newly edited by Isabel, and I just love the melody and the lyrics. Dawn glows red. It was a celebration of summer and the feast of Saint Columba. And so I was just very drawn to the material. And it was one of my first sort of forays out of kind of 4-part harmony for amateur SATB choir. I was trying to do something a little bit more extended. Looking back on it now, there's so much more I could do. So this was an early piece, but it, It's great that it's been performed.
Yeah, well, we really enjoy singing it at Chapel Choir. We sang it recently at an evensong for St Columba, and it just works so well. And I think we sang it as an introit, and yeah, the choir really, really enjoys singing it. It's got something really special, I think, about the way that you set it. So, Alison, do you want to tell us a little bit about what you did? So basically, I provided Alison with an archive recording that we'd made at that evensong actually fairly recently, and we just gave it to Alison, and she's done this with it. Do you want to just tell us a bit about it, Alison?
Well, yeah, it's like as the same as Sheena. Really, it's a bit of a departure for me. It's the first time I've ever really tried to make a piece of music like this. And actually, the track you're about to hear is my second attempt at remixing it. I bought a few months ago. I bought a pocket operator, which was a little kind of calculator-sized sampler and sequencer, and I'd used it for a couple of things and thought it might be a good approach to take here as well, but I didn't really like the results, so I went back in and started from scratch, and I wanted to make the most of the kind of artifacts that were in that recording. There was a lot of ambient sound and noise that I thought I could work with a bit, so I just started messing around with filters and plugins, and I stretched the track and I reversed bits of it. There was one thing actually that I was trying to incorporate into it, which was a sort of nod to the electromagnetic dawn chorus. I don't really understand how it works, but at dawn there's a kind of disturbance in the Earth's magnetosphere, and if you have the right radio equipment, you can turn it into a sound signal. So I thought about trying to get an audio clip of that sound, but the ones I listened to were all quite noisy and harsh. So instead I just took the source material and put filters on it and tried to make it kind of softer. So that kind of rustling effect that's through it is a nod to disturbances in the magnetosphere, if you like.
That's really interesting. I would never have guessed that.
No, exactly. I think the track is probably best listened to on headphones. I mixed it on headphones. It's quite a quiet track, and there is a lot of stereo movement in it. And I deliberately tried to have a lot of movement from right to left, kind of suggesting the movement of the sun from east to west. So you pick up on that more, I think, if you hear it on headphones.
You'll notice that we've put with the track some time lapses, and Alison had this idea that we could maybe video or take time lapse photos using our phones or cameras or whatever. The dawn from wherever we were in Glasgow. I like the idea not only because it links with the words, but also because obviously we are all stuck inside quite a lot, and we are looking out of our windows at the world going by, all these beautiful sunny days we've got. And your flat, Alison, must be in a really opportune position.
Well, I don't know about that, but my bedroom faces east and my front room faces west, which is quite nice. So it means I can get the sunrise in the morning and the sunset in the evening. And I've also noticed while I've been in lockdown that particularly at weekends, my sleep patterns are all over the place. So I found I got so into remixing this track that I sort of suddenly realized that the sun was coming up and thought it won't. So that was when it occurred to me that I should take a time lapse of it. I'm quite disappointed actually that the dawn hasn't really glowed red any morning that I've taken the time lapse. But yeah, they're quite nice videos, I suppose.
Yeah, no, I think you can see the red in it. Maybe I'm just imagining it, but I think you can. I really think you can.